The Moonlit Path Kids Story Bedtime Story, A Journey of Dreams. On the edge of a sleepy village, surrounded by rolling hills and tall, shadowy trees, there lay a secret path that no one dared to walk after sunset. This path, known as the Moonlit Path, was said to appear only when the moon was full, and its end led to a world that no one had ever returned from. Young Alice had always been curious about the Moonlit Path. She had heard stories from the village elders about how the moon's light could unlock doors to magical places, but none of the stories ended happily. No one could explain why those who ventured there never returned. One crisp evening, as Alice gazed at the glowing full moon from her bedroom window, she felt a strange pull, a sense of adventure that she could not ignore. She grabbed her coat and quietly slipped out of her house, drawn toward the mysterious path. The path appears. As Alice walked through the darkening woods, she suddenly saw a soft, silver glow cutting through the trees. The Moonlit Path had appeared before her. It sparkled with the light of the full moon, and the air felt alive with magic. Hesitating for only a moment, Alice stepped onto the path, feeling the cool, glowing stones beneath her feet. The trees on either side of the path seemed to whisper her name as she walked. The deeper she went, the more enchanted the surroundings became. Strange flowers bloomed in the moonlight, casting shadows that danced across the forest floor. The further Alice traveled, the more she realized that the world around her was unlike anything she had seen before. Meeting the keeper of the path. After a long walk, Alice reached the end of the path, where she found a small, hidden grove. In the center stood an ancient stone archway, beyond which lay a shimmering, starry sky. The moonlight seemed to shine brighter here, and in the middle of the grove stood a figure, a tall woman with silver hair, draped in flowing robes made of moonbeams. "I've been waiting for you, Alice," the woman said in a gentle voice, her eyes glowing softly like the moon itself. "I am Luna, the keeper of the Moonlit Path." Alice was awestruck. "How do you know my name?" Luna smiled kindly. "The moon knows all who are worthy of its light. You have walked the path because you have a heart full of wonder. But not all who enter this place are meant to stay. You must choose, Alice. Do you wish to continue?" The choice. Alice's heart raced. She could feel the pull of the starry world beyond the archway, and yet something inside her told her she needed to be cautious. "What happens if I stay?" she asked. Luna's gaze softened. "If you stay, you will be able to visit the world beyond the arch whenever the moon is full, but you must leave behind your old life. This world is beautiful, but it is not like your own. The choice is yours, Alice. The Moonlit Path will always be here for you, but it's up to you to decide if this is the place you want to belong." Alice thought carefully. She could feel the allure of the magical world, but she also knew how much she loved her family, her home, and her village. The decision wasn't easy, but deep down, she knew that the world of the moon could wait. There would be time for adventure, but she wasn't ready to leave everything behind just yet. "I think I need to return home," Alice said finally, her voice steady but filled with wonder. Luna nodded with understanding. "A wise choice, Alice. The moonlit path will always be here for you, waiting for your return. Remember, sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones we carry in our hearts. Returning home. As Alice turned back toward the path, Luna's voice called out gently, "And when you do come back, bring your heart full of dreams." The moon shines brightest on those who follow their hearts. With a sense of peace, Alice stepped back onto the moonlit path. As she walked back toward the village, the magic of the world beyond the archway lingered in her mind. She knew that the path would always be there for her, but for now, she was content in knowing that sometimes the journey within was the greatest adventure of all.